Hey, Jonathan.
Hey Cody, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Morning, Marcia. So we'll give a few moments for everyone to get in here. I've reached out to Jessica Vaya with Southern Highlands, who's over the QLA program for Mercer, McDowell, Wyoming counties about presenting about QLA today. She said that she wasn't able to because she had meetings, but that she would have someone present in her place, but she didn't. She didn't say who that would be, and I hadn't had a chance to ask. So I'm watching the participant list for any names I don't recognize. I'm like, oh, hey, it's you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
There's a rap session going on in Mercer County today, so that's where I am. So I'll probably be on here for a few minutes.
Okay, awesome.
Danica, is that well attended?
Is that what, Jonathan?
Is that well attended? Because I know I sent a lot of those. I've been sending a lot of those rap sessions out on the Constant Contact.
Yes. And there's a representation from every entity. There's Jobs and Hope, Southern Highlands, law enforcement. There's a good group of representatives from the community that deal with every aspect of the CIT team and even the QRT team in the area.
Thank you.
Question was, I was on for the Raleigh County meeting, but nobody got on. Was it canceled?
It was my fault. I was trying to do three things at one time, and
Yeah.
I just I was at the parole office yesterday morning, and I
Hmm.
was I was trying to do stuff there, and then I knew I had a 3 o'clock meeting, but the 10 o'clock meeting overslept my mind.
Yeah, I
So
waited about 15 minutes and I said he's probably got something else to do because I didn't see anybody else get on.
sorry about that.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
All
Well,
right, I believe.
we hey
I'm
Cody,
sorry, John.
can I have about 2 minutes real quick?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So in the past I've been talking about that eventually uh I will no longer be with the reentry councils. I'll be with Reach, but I'll be doing the navigation side. Uh Kristen Blankenship, who was on our call this morning, just recently was hired with the Reach Initiative, and she will be taking over the admin side of Reach and doing the reentry councils that I've been doing for the last year. So I just want to introduce her to everyone, and Kristen, if you want to tell everybody about yourself real quick, and then we'll give it over to Cody. Cody is our chairperson for this council.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Blankenship. I'm from McDowell County, so some of you may know me. I am currently in Huntington, and I'm very excited to be here, connecting with you guys and helping out.
Awesome. Welcome, Kristen. Great to have you. Looking forward to working with you as a fellow McDowellian. So that's awesome. That's great to hear.
Yes.
Jonathan, I just want to thank you for all the hard work you've put in with Reentry Councils. I know you kind of had to fill in the gaps there for a while, and I think you did an awesome job. I'm very grateful for you.
Thank you.
So I'd like to welcome everyone to this month's meeting of the Reentry Councils for Mercer, McDowell, Summers, Monroe counties. Before we begin, I'd like to go around the room and everyone can just introduce themselves before we introduce today's speaker. I'm Cody Long. I'm chair of Reentry's Councils, Mercer, McDowell, Summers, Monroe County. I'm on the PRMS, Family Justice, in McDowell and Wyoming counties. Person long-term recovery. Also, I have lived experience, justice involved. Went through the drug court program here in McDowell County and successfully completed March of 2022.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Let's see here. Marcia, would you like to introduce yourself? And then also to everybody who would like to type your contact information to the chat, you can go ahead and do so now.
Hello, I'm Marcia Shonk. I'm with United Way of Southern West Virginia and West Virginia 211. What I do here is the West Virginia 211. Across the state, the United Ways run the 211 system for West Virginia. I cover Fayette, McDowell, Mercer, Nicholas, Raleigh, Summers, Webster, and Wyoming counties.
Marcia. Keith, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, guys. Keith Bowling with Aetna Better Health of West Virginia. We're one of the Medicaid providers. We also get to work with foster care families in the state as well.
Awesome. Danica, would you like to introduce yourself if you're able to? I know you said you're in a meeting, possibly. Okay.
Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting. I stepped out the
Okay.
for a little bit. It's actually Danica Brown.
Oh, Danique, I'm sorry.
You're fine. I work for West Virginia Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation. I deal with housing and employment and reentry services. So I attend a lot of the reentry council meetings, and I've also been attending the CIT RAP sessions as well. So a lot of the resources that are on these reentry council meetings have actually been very helpful to me with helping our population migrate successfully back into society.
That's awesome. You're doing great work. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see, Kenny, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Kenny Matthews. I'm a West Virginia Economic Justice Associate for American Friends Service Committee, and I do a lot of legislative advocacy around issues of criminalization of those in poverty, with my main areas of focus and expertise, criminal law reform, recovery, reentry, as well as housing and food insecurities. Most of my work is tied to initiatives, putting forth good legislation, stopping bad legislation at the Capitol, as well as educating community members and trying to change the narrative around some of these issues around our state.
Awesome. Thank you, Kenny, for what you do. Okay, and I'll go ahead and introduce today's presenter. We've got Sherry Hale from Southern Highlands to tell us a little about the QLA program. Sherry, if you'd like to go ahead and take the floor and introduce yourself, and you can just go right into the presentation if you'd like.
Hi, my name is Sherry Lucas. It's actually Lucas. I got married. I don't know how to change my name on here. I am a person in long-term recovery. May 17th, I will have 5 years clean and sober. I work for Southern Highlands QLA program. It's QRT lead in the Angel Initiative. My job really is we get referrals, and I concentrate more on like Southern Regional Jail referrals through like the Mercer County courts. Every once in a while, we'll get a referral from like Raleigh County. We do get a few from Monroe County and Summers County. But the biggest part of our referrals come from like Mercer County Public Defenders. I have a slideshow. You'll have to bear with me. Let me see if I can get it up.
There you go.
Okay. So QLA Southern Highlands Community Mental Health Center. So it's made up of the quick response team is QRT, the lead, the Law Enforcement Assistance Diversion Program, and the Angel Initiative. It's walk-in access to treatment and support without fear. This is why we do this. Substance abuse disorder impacts families, individuals in our community. They cycle through crisis, overdose, arrest, and relapse. Traditional systems alone are not enough. People need support. Quick response team. We follow up after overdoses using the ring model. And the ring model consists of an officer, a peer, a case manager, and then the individual or their family members. We have an outreach team contacts individuals quickly. We get overdoses and we try to get them a connection within 72 hours of an overdose. We offer treatment, recovery, resources, peer support, case management, harm reduction. We do, even if we don't make contact with somebody at their home after an overdose, we do leave Narcan. We leave a Narcan kit at their door. It provides education to the community. What QRT looks like: 24/7 access to treatment referrals, recovery coaching, transportation, harm reduction, Narcan education, housing assistance, benefit assistance. In the picture you see the kit that has we have testing strips in there that we leave, our QRT cards, our RAT cards for Southern Highlands that has all of our program numbers on it, and Narcan. The Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion, the LEAD program, alternative to arrest or continued justice involvement. And we do have a lot of referrals from police officers. We've worked out with Mercer County. We have a treatment bond that we work with. And it started in Bluefield, but we've moved it into where the prosecuting attorneys here in Princeton or in Mercer County are going to start using it too. And it leaves a more open bond. They want people in the treatment. But they want to leave it up to, because they know that they don't know a program like we do. So they'll leave it up to the treatment team, how long somebody needs to be in treatment, and insurance, of course. Officers refer eligible individuals to services. It focuses on accountability and support, reduces repeated law enforcement contacts. What LEAD looks like: we get an officer encounter to a referral to intervention. And we keep a tracker, and we get a lot of our reports from 911 and Bluefield PD. And then we try to make contact, if somebody gets arrested with a possession charge or something like that, we try to make contact because, most of the time if somebody is caught with, drug paraphernalia or something, it's because they're using. And so we try to get contact with them as soon as possible. And then the Angel Initiative. It's individuals can request help voluntarily by walking into any participating law enforcement agency. No arrest for seeking help. Immediate connection to treatment and recovery support. And we have had that a lot. People just walking into, especially Bluefield PD, and wanting assistance. And they call us and we go straight over there. Community impact. This is some pictures. We've had twice? We've had 2 times we have done this. This is police officers, recovery points, drug court participants. It's called community hoops, and we get everybody together and they play basketball against each other. And it was double the turnout than it was the first time. So it's really cool. It reduces overdose risk, increases treatment access, strengthens partnerships, supports families, improves public safety, and builds trust between community and first responders. And we have different police officers. We'll have Bluefield PD, Princeton PD, first responders from the EMTs and stuff. And they all have their separate teams and play basketball against each other. It's actually really cool. Do you guys have any questions?
Quick question.
Okay.
I know that you have in Mercer County, and it seems like it's expanding as far as the treatment bonds and them kind of going along with that. Have you all made any plans or any progress as far as like McDowell or other surrounding counties that Southern Highlands is working in with the QLA program?
Yeah, actually, we have a meeting. Travis, my case manager for our program, is here too. There's a meeting on the 28th to discuss the treatment bonds down in McDowell.
Awesome. Well, let me know whenever you're down here then.
Okay, we will.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, because that definitely, that can sometimes be that fork in the road for a person,
Yeah.
that brings them out of that cycle, because as a person who's got that lived experience with substance use and being just as involved, I wasn't really able to get out of that cycle until I was given a chance to go to treatment. So it's awesome that you all are able to advocate for that, and that you're making progress for that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because when I was in active addiction, I got in trouble a lot in Monroe County. So I loved Monroe County, but I was just a mess when I lived there. And then turning into when I did get sentenced to prison, I got sentenced to RSAT. So I learned a lot in the RSAT program. So being able to relate to people in jail too, we've come a long way. We get a lot of referrals, and we're helping a lot of people get treatment bonds.
That's awesome. And I hope that continues to be the trend in this area as well as in other areas.
Yeah, we do have a program too. It's called, have you heard the RAFT? It's the so we're in Southwestern too. And we try to focus more on the, McDowell County people that are in Southwestern, trying to help them.
Now, when you get referrals for RAFT, is that normally through public defender or their attorneys? Is that who you're usually getting?
So we have a flyer that is on the inmates' tablets now. And they can so it's directed to our work email. And Miss Brown, I actually met her when I was at RSAT a long time ago. So it'll go to our work emails, and it goes to a case manager, and then they make, then they're down there once a week, sometimes twice a week. But there's also a code where they can give their family members, if their family members want to reach out to us. It goes to our work emails. And we have a 24-hour phone number that's connected to it. So if it's after hours, they can still call our 24-hour number. And then we keep track of their inmate number and stuff. And then we go see them the following week.
Okay, that's awesome that you're able to do that, because that way they can get in contact with you all directly. I can remember when I was in Southwestern before I went to treatment, and I was working with a recovery coach out of public defender's office. There was a lot of phone tags and phone calls, and have you heard anything yet? And that was definitely a stressful period of time. So knowing that they can contact you directly and that you're able to make contact that way, that kind of alleviates some of that frustration that might come along with waiting for response or not being able to hear or find out things directly. So I'd imagine, and then also too for their families to be able to help out in that process as well. That's awesome. I'm glad to know that.
Yeah, and we have somebody on call every single day. It's we have an on-call schedule, and it goes and it's mostly peers that are on call. So somebody always has the on-call phone. So they're not getting missed.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Does anyone else have any questions for Sherry? Well, if nobody else has any questions, and Sherry, if you don't have anything else to share, I'd like to thank you today for presenting. I think it was a lot of really good information. I definitely feel like I know a lot more about the program now than I did before. Does anyone have any announcements? Does anyone have any events coming up that they'd like to discuss or share?
Cody, just to give everybody a heads up, I've been sending out a lot more of these rap sessions and stuff. So there's, I'm not sure which councils that you guys get emails for and stuff, but there's a lot of these rap sessions starting to happen around the state. I know there's, the one that Danica's at today, and then there's one in Logan and Mingo County next month. I just sent out one for Mason. So these rap sessions are starting to take hold around the state. So hopefully, as Danica said, there's a lot of information and there's a lot of resources there. So, if you have a chance to go, please try to go because, it helps us get the better resources for the entire state.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jonathan. One other thing I would just like to share is we're currently working towards developing more treatment options down here in McDowell County. Just recently, we had a women's sober living open up in Welch, and currently there's a men's sober living that's in the process of looking for funding in order to open in the Antelope area in McDowell County. So I'll definitely keep everyone here posted about the progress as far as that comes along once I hear more. But definitely gives me a lot of hope to know that we'll have more treatment options in this area because that's something that we lack in greatly.
Yeah, if I could, so I just want people on this call that may not be aware, I host every 2 weeks a CLR criminal law reform coalition call on Thursdays at noon. It's to engage community partners, individuals that have been formerly incarcerated, our friends and family members of those currently incarcerated, advocates in the space to discuss issues as well as share out resources or events that are happening around the state and in the communities. Inserting the HubSpot link to sign up for the email updates that I give on those meetings, and also post different coalition and partner updates. So, like, for instance, this year there's a Summer Policy Institute at Chief Logan State Park from June 19th through the 21st. And its focus this year, for those that know AFSC, part of their ACE program, Appalachian Center of Equality, we host summer policy and fall policy institutes for the past few years, where advocates and interested people can learn policy skills and develop kind of their own plan of attack with some of these issues. This past fall, we had education as being the focus, as well as in the summer. And so this year, in the summer, is going to be healthcare in the hollers as a focus. We break up people into small groups and they tackle different healthcare issues or other policy issues that they deem as important, and also sometimes even develop their own policy. We've had former participants give policies that they wanted to introduce at the legislature, and some of those policies have even passed. And so I encourage people to subscribe to our HubSpot list so you can get access to all those resources, all those events, as well as we have a West Virginia Criminal Law Reform Coalition Facebook page. We go to facebook.com /WVCLRC is our Facebook page, and I post a lot of different things on there. And I am starting a storytelling campaign around the state, and it's called More Than a Number. And it's designed to gather stories of those formerly incarcerated, currently incarcerated, friends and family members and advocates that focuses not on the trauma of their incarceration or all the trauma that they went through in their youth, but really focuses on who they are now, hopes, dreams, goals, things that are positive that they're experiencing in their life. Because I found that a lot of times when we talk about these issues, we tend to sensationalize the past responses. Even reporters will interview people and say, tell me about the worst time in your life. What was it like being homeless on the street when you're in your active addiction? Or what was it like being in a cell by yourself for all these years? And not really having a focus on, well, tell me about, your greatest achievement or your greatest accomplishment, or tell me who you are now. And so I'm starting that storytelling campaign to do just that, to combat a lot of the narrative and a lot of the stigmatizing and traumatizing things that a lot of times when we're dealing with people with lived experience on a lot of these issues that we tend to see being put forth and in the forefront. So I put my email and phone number in the chat if you or anybody would like to be interviewed by me for this storytelling campaign. Just shoot me an email or give me a call or text, and I'll be happy to set up a time or interview. And again, it's the whole driving purpose of this is to change the narrative in the state to show that we have a lot of people doing a lot of great things, and that we need to expand provisions within our state to allow more individuals to have the opportunities to do great things and have positive lives, both during and post incarceration.
Thank you, Kenny. What you're doing is essential work, because we have to be taking steps in order to be able to combat that stigma. And by empowering those people through validating their experiences and sharing them in a positive light, certainly does do that. So thank you for what you do. But if there's nothing anyone else has to share, or if there's nothing anyone else wants to discuss, are we good to end here, Jonathan?
I'm fine. I don't have nothing else. But so probably on our next meeting, Kristen will be fully taking over the councils, and but if you guys still need me for anything, you can reach out. You guys all have my email and phone number and stuff like that. So, but I know Kristen will be very capable of doing all the stuff that you guys would need that I did for everybody.
All right. Well, thank you again, Jonathan, for all that you do. Very grateful for you, and looking forward to working with you, Kristen. Thank you for all that you do. And thank everyone here for all that they do. But I guess we'll see you all next month. Everyone take care.
Have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
Kristen, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call when I'm done.